Howdy, I'm Clay Kalmbach with Bear Builds and welcome to part 2 of my desk build video series. In this video I'll be going over how I built the drawers that go on the desktop as well as the legs. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm starting out this build by measuring the exact width of the desk, which came out to 41.5 inches. I'll transfer this measurement to the piece that will become the shelf that will sit on top of the drawers. If you're looking at the front of the desk from the drawer front point of view, this is where the shelf will be. I trimmed my shelf down to an 8-inch width, and then I started cutting my vertical supports. The middle 2 supports will be rectangles, but the outside 2 supports will be trapezoids. When it came to cutting the trapezoids, I didn't think about them having the same angle, so if I could go back and redo my cuts, I would have gotten a longer piece of wood and made just one angled cut in the middle. So this is the part for the drawers that are going on top of the desktop. And basically what I'll be doing is I'll be drilling in some pocket holes to put these into the top, and then I'll find the exact distance between these. It should be about 14 inches, and then the middle will be whatever is left over of the length. After that, I'll be attaching some runners on each of the sides of the supports. That way I can put in some drawers without having to use any hardware. Here I'm using my pocket hole drill bit to make some recesses in the bottom of the desktop so the screws won't sit flush to the surface. In order to make sure I don't drill too far, I use painter's tape as a benchmark for the depth of my pilot holes. After getting screws in the supports along the backside, I also put some more screws about 6 inches closer into the middle. With the top attached, I could go ahead and get started on the drawers. What I'm cutting here is plywood with about an 1/8 inch layer of laminate adhered to it. These pieces I cut will act as the drawer slides, and the laminate will allow the drawers to open and close smoothly. So in order to have a consistent height for my drawer slides, I went ahead and cut these 2x4s down to size. That way, I'll be able to put the drawer slides at consistent heights throughout the entire drawer top. Here I'm placing the drawer front in front of the slides so I know where to glue them. I used Gorilla Wood glue for this process, so it only took about 45 minutes for it to dry. I'm making the drawer boxes out of 3/4 inch plywood. After cutting them to the right height, I made sure my table saw blade was set to 3/8 inches tall. I'll be making a recess on the outside of the drawers so they can sit on the drawer slides. Bottom of the drawers are 1/8 inch plywood, so I made a recess on the inside of the drawer box pieces so it would fit nice and snug once they were assembled. I realized I got carried away with the recesses, and I didn't need them on the back of the drawers, but thankfully it doesn't take away from their structural integrity. So I just finished the drawers, and what I'm going to do now is put the plywood that'll be filling in the bottom of the drawer so I can put those in, and then after that I'll be putting the drawer fronts on and we'll be good to go. Next I could start work on the legs. They're tapered so the top is 3 inches wide and the bottom is 2 inches wide. I went ahead and sanded them down so they would be pretty close in size with as few visible differences as possible. I trimmed them down to size and installed the front legs. I decided that I wanted the back legs to sit at 110 degrees rather than 90, so I marked the angle and made the cut on my miter saw. To make sure the legs would be level, I measured the height of the front legs and transferred that measurement to the back legs. I managed to not record myself making the cuts, so enjoy this shot of the level proving that they're pretty close to being level. Next, I added inserts that'll help fill out the legs, and they also serve as a place to hold the drawer slides, which I'll show in the next video. For the back piece, I was able to use the angle from the offcut of the piece I had just attached. There wasn't a whole lot of science behind the design of the back piece. I just wanted something curved to complement all the angles on the desk. I used my water bottle as a guide and just sort of ran from there. After finishing, all that there was left to do was repeat the process on the other side. So that wraps up part 2. In part 3, I'll be going over the installation of the drawer and copper stitching as well as finishing. I also just ordered some new stickers. You can see the design right here behind me. If you're looking to get one, I'll send one to you free of charge if you just reach out to me on Instagram. And last but not least, please be sure to like and subscribe and stick around for more content.